Welcome to the Metaphysical Manifesting Podcast with intuitive lightworker, national speaker, metaphysical teacher, and best-selling author Lisa Kessler. What is it you want to manifest? Are you looking to increase your income, change careers? Maybe you want to manifest a new home or a new car. Are you ready to bring love into your life? You have come to the right place.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for listening today. I'm chatting with one of my mastermind clients, Michelle Spencer, about her experience in the mastermind group, where she manifested not only a new job, more money, more joy, but she's expecting a baby. But I'll let Michelle tell you more about it.
Hi, Michelle. Thanks for agreeing to chat with me today. I hope you had a great Christmas.
I did, and I hope you had a wonderful Christmas as well.
Thanks for agreeing to talk to me about the mastermind, because your mastermind experience was wild. I wanted to just start with that. Last year, we did a year ahead reading for you, and your mantra card, for people who don't know, year ahead reading, I pull 12 cards, oracle cards, so that you have a guide kind of for each month. And then we pull one tarot card that is going to be your mantra for the year. And Michelle got the Empress. And I had no idea at that time that she was interested in having a baby, but I told her that the Empress is all about fertility and it's about manifesting long-term gestation. And she told me, well, we are kind of trying to have a baby. So anyway, I thought I would just kind of read the mantra to kind of set the tone for how your mastermind went. It says, this is a wonderful time to give birth to new ideas and experiences. Nourishment is assured as I step into a new version of myself. My life is rich and ripe with possibility that I can manifest and create. I'm a powerful co-creator and life loves me right now. My world is brimming with potential and infinite possibility that will manifest for the highest good. And when you said, yeah, I want to do the mastermind, and we got started with the weekly meetings, where were you at that point? How were you feeling, like in your life, your connection to the universe? How were you feeling?
I was content with my life, but if I continue to dwell on more fundamental aspects of my life, I would, end up being in a really negative spiral. And it seemed that there wasn't a lot of solutions available to me. And so I wanted to turn my attention towards those more fundamental aspects of my life, financial, mental, physical, as opposed to, personal goal fulfillment, which, don't get me wrong, I'm very, I'm ecstatic to have achieved what I did achieve in 2022. But for 2023, I wanted to take that achievement and then build upon it so that all aspects of my life could be fruitful.
Yes, that's a good word for it, because it really embodied the Empress. So when we started the mastermind, you had a job, which you were happy with. You liked working there and everything. But while we were doing the mastermind, an opportunity walked in, right? You want to tell
Yes.
everybody how that went? We accidentally manifested you a much better job.
Yes. So one of my former colleagues, she had been applying for positions, and this particular position, she applied for it and they did not move quickly for her to accept it. And she would have done well in it, but she figured that I would have done better. It was, as she put it, this job was, quote, made for me. And I was not in the market whatsoever. I hadn't even
applied.
I didn't update my resume. I didn't apply. I didn't seek this out. She simply sent this to me, and I figured, why not? It was at least worth a chance to take a look.
Right.
To take a look down that path of the forest, if not, necessarily, step down it. And I went through 3 rounds of interviews, and I ended up getting it, particularly when the recruiter towards the third interview, she said, "You've been a rock star. Everybody likes you. Just for my notes, what are some of your requirements? We can put a potential offer together." And I sort of figured, what do I have to lose?
Right.
Why not ask for explicitly what I want? I'm in the position of power. I can walk away.
Right.
And turns out that's the best thing that one can do in a situation like that is, not simply knowing one's worth, but also not being afraid to walk away.
Right. And how much because in the mastermind, we were meeting weekly and we were all visualizing these things. And so every time you had an interview, we were all visualizing you succeeding and all this kind of stuff. How was it for you to have a support system that was pumping out good vibes for this new job? Because at the time you were really nervous about it because you didn't know, and you were happy at the job where you were. And this was a big opportunity with more responsibility. Did it help having a supportive circle of people who believed you could do it?
For sure. Particularly people who, and it sounds counterintuitive, but people who are not in my field and have never worked with me before, but just trust, just trust what I am saying. And these were individuals that were not involved in my field whatsoever. And to be able to have their faith in me was really important. Turned out it was important in a spiritual and invigorating sense. And it also helped to set my mind at ease when I actually did speak with the people I was interviewing with, because I'm very good at negative self-talk and doubting myself.
Yes.
Very good at it. And it takes a very long time for me to actually believe in someone else complimenting my efforts, and what I bring to the table. And having the Manifesting Mastermind circle reminded me that not only am I worth the opportunity, not only am I worth this chance, I'm good at it. And
yes,
I'm good at what I do. And I am not at the position anymore of learning and naivete, but rather analyzing and applying everything that I have learned. And now, spoiler alert, I got the job. And actually couple weeks ago, before we left for the holidays, I had a meeting with my boss, and I said to him that this came to me at the exact right moment in my life. I could never have taken this position in my 20s, not because of the level of workload, although that is part of it, but the level of interpersonal connections and relationships and emotional discipline that one has to have for this. And I also think that, learning from you and working with our mastermind group and strategies on keeping our vibrations, vibrations high. I was like, no, when I was going to say vibrations low, but I meant like,
right. Vibrating
anxiety low and positive high, and, doing like yoga breath work principle, applying yoga and breath work principles to the workday and to responding to people, particularly in a high stress deadline environment like I do,
right,
really goes a long way in both my working life and also in my personal life. And I believe that will suit me, for many years to come, for other Empress reasons.
Yes. Well, and let's get to the other Empress reason. So when we did that year ahead, I had no idea that you guys were even thinking about starting a family. But when we were doing the mastermind, you mentioned that you were. and that you would like to have a baby. And I just love how your year came together, because you didn't know this job was coming. But when it did, we supported you to trust that it came into your life for a reason, and you should go for it. The universe put it in your path for a reason, because you're ready, and we're like shoving you out the door toward this job. But then all of a sudden you get this amazing news. And I just felt like your family growing, you needed this job first, whether you knew it or not. And you trusted that the universe is bringing you these things. You're the empress this year. And so how did you feel when you got that news?
Strange, certainly. I think every first time parent would say that. It does feel strange.
Right.
The joy came in time, but it was certainly
a little surreal.
It was quite surreal also with the timing, because it was 5 days after my ex birthday. We'll whatever number that was. And it was right on the cusp between summer and autumn. So it was sort of like a weird sense of like harvest season.
Yes.
In a strange way. And what immediately came to my mind was there are, the world is turning over. We, talk about the wheel of fortune, the wheel of fortune in the tarot and are in the tarot deck, and how life and the earth we all have cycles, and there's and to me, I'm like, there's both cycles and there's also linear. And for women, we have the maiden, mother, crone, and it's I think part of my like content, but we can call it boredom as well, was an unspoken recognition, and maybe a subconscious recognition that I was done being the maiden.
Right. You were ready.
I am moving towards being that mother.
Well, I think that this kind of dovetails into that you have those changes in your relationship, you have the changes in your life, that you're going to be a mom, and how going through the whole mastermind experience and everything, how has your experience with your connection to the universe changed?
It's gotten deeper in ways that I never thought possible. It is easier for me to recognize my foibles within myself.
Right.
And also to forgive myself, and to not be afraid. It is still easy and readily apparent in me that I do fear failure and letting others down. But, thanks to, Manifesting Mastermind and my connection with spirit, it's not so much, it is not so much a, rigid, there's no rigidity any longer. It is a continuous growing process. There are redwoods that have been here since the dinosaurs.
Yes, exactly.
So
your problems are really this small, and you came here to learn. So it's okay if you make a mistake. How else are you going to learn, right?
Right. And nothing is truly catastrophic.
Exactly.
Particularly we're not alone. And we're always able to fall on our connections to the universe and to spirit, and to remind ourselves that, like, the moon is connected to earth, connected to the sun. We're all moving.
We're all connected.
We're all moving in different directions, but in one dance.
Yes. Oh, I love that. That's a good way of putting it. What was your biggest aha moment when you were going through because the mastermind has like the online classroom, and then we do the weekly circles, and there's a Facebook group. What was your biggest aha, do you think?
Honestly, witnessing one of our colleagues heal.
Yes.
going through something incredibly difficult and incredibly traumatic, and watching her with each week heal, further and further and progress in her healing journey.
Right.
And selfishly, I am grateful for her example because, like we just said, my problems are infinitesimally small, compared to that.
Mm-hmm.
And if she has the strength to do that, I surely have the strength to do whatever it is I need and want to achieve.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I love that. Yeah. And she is so inspirational, and now she's walking. I'm like, what the heck? But anyway, but yeah, that was very inspirational. And also that feeling of that, you can always find, that support. I know that our group was a huge support in that, and knowing that you have that as well is a really great, kind of makes you a little more fearless, right?
For sure. I can tell you, being, growing up in a faith-based environment, I never got the sense of community that I yearned for. The closest really I came to it, oddly enough, was through music ensembles, but that was still very much like we were working towards a single goal.
Right.
As opposed to, what do I want for myself? And this course dovetailed beautifully with the Sarah Cannon HB90 method we use in our other mutual realm.
Right.
And defining what success and happiness looks like to me, it's not going to look like what success and happiness looks like to other people, and that's perfectly okay. And
Exactly.
that's not, in fact, that is not, in fact, a selfish thing to do or even acknowledge. We're given this unique opportunity to explore not only our passions but also what we're good at.
Right.
And part of working towards our highest good, and part of manifesting, is lining up what we want with what it is that we're already good at and what tools that we have. It's perfectly fine to, put more tools in our toolbox, but what are the tools that we have ready at our disposal that have been honed over years of life experience and growth and mastery? Relying on those, and then having the support system and the encouragement of others to get after whatever audacious thing it is that we want to achieve.
Right. And knowing that you have support there that wants it for you too. I love that in the mastermind circle, there is not competition. Everybody wants something totally different. Nobody is after the same stuff. And it's wonderful and freeing and supportive to know that all these people believe in you, and we want that for you. If that's what you want, that's what we want, right? And I think that is a really cool way to really supercharge your manifesting, because if you start to doubt, we're propping you back up, right?
Exactly. It does help to have buy-in, even if the buy-in comes from your pocket friends.
Yes.
Online.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I don't want to keep you, but what is one thing that you would say to somebody who's thinking about the mastermind? Because January is always a part of the year where everybody's like, I don't know, do I want to change my life? And I know it's scary to take the plunge. So what would you say to somebody who's thinking about it?
Growth hurts, but growth is necessary. Particularly if you are feeling a sense of restlessness and stirring, and you feel the need to put that energy somewhere. Better to put that energy towards, instead of saying, if your goal is to lose weight, take that energy of, doubt and negative self-talk from society and, inner criticism or whatever, and turn that into, I want to learn kickboxing, or I want to learn Tai Chi, or I want to hold dolphin pose in yoga for a minute. And with the manifesting class, you have that, it's a weekly group to encourage you that you're on the right track. Because like I said, part of things being for your highest good is that you have to walk towards them. The universe will meet you there, but you have to also pursue it. And it does help. It certainly does help to have that weekly group to encourage you to find the small incremental steps towards achieving whatever, like I said, whatever audacious dream you might have. If it's to be willing to accept if the universe offers you something even bigger, like what happened to you. Because there were times where you were like, why am I doing this? We're like, go. So sometimes it's really helpful to have people who are going to give you, just a little push.
Just a little push. Yes.
particularly to remind ourselves, and also particularly to remind ourselves that, divine timing, we are not meant or equipped to know the mysteries of divine timing. So it is certainly helpful to have a group of friends who can remind you, you're not irrational, you're not insane. It's just
It's for your highest good. Go.
The universe is conspiring to enable you to fulfill your highest dreams.
Yes.
It's going to hurt first. It's going to feel unsteady. It's going to feel a little wild.
It makes you feel a little bit uncomfortable when you get out of your comfort zone, but it's always for your highest good.
Always.
I love that. Well, thank you so much, Michelle, for giving me some of your time. And I can't wait to meet our first manifesting baby. But I'm so happy for you. And I will talk to you soon. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for all of your guidance and wisdom and with working with me during this ridiculous.
This has been a momentous year for you. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, 2024 is going to be even more miraculous, believe it or not. But I can't wait to meet that baby.
All righty.
Okay. See you later.
All right. Bye.
Thanks again for listening. If you have questions about joining the mastermind for 2024 and making this your year to manifest everything you desire, be sure that you click the link down below for a free Q&A Zoom, and we can talk about what you want to manifest and what's been holding you back and see if it'll be a great fit. I would love to work with you. 2024 is going to be amazing. Thanks again for listening. Thanks for being part of this podcast for 2023, and I will see you in 2024.
Thanks for listening to the Metaphysical Manifesting Podcast with Lisa Kessler. If you have questions or comments, or if you'd like to work with Lisa to manifest your dreams, you can connect with her through her website at metaphysicalmanifesting.net. That's also where you can claim your free weekly tarot reading and manifesting tips. Make sure you subscribe or follow the Metaphysical Manifesting Podcast on your favorite podcasting site so you never miss another episode. As Lisa likes to say, we can make magic when we bring the universe into the equation. Remember, you don't have to do it alone. If you'd like more information about Lisa, Metaphysical Manifestation Mentorship, or the Manifesting Magic Mastermind, visit her website at metaphysicalmanifesting.net.